Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to L.O.V. This is unexpected, big time unexpected, ladies and gentlemen. We are in South Beach for the Winter Music Conference 2013. And guess who we found? Chicago's own Anji Stone, aka Bang Them Up. Fantastic. I'm thrilled. Myself and everybody in L.O.V. is going to be thrilled to know that we have this icon with us. And I couldn't be happier because today, as a matter of fact, I'm inducting the third generation into the Hall of Fame. And guess what? You know, things happen for a reason. And she was here, and we can be happier to inform her that you are going to be part of the Hall of Fame, not third generation Hall of Fame, but nevertheless you're going to be in great company. You are together with all the pioneers from the beginning of when we started back in 1970, let's call 1970, a little bit before that, but let's say 1970. But my partner here and CEO of Digital Vinyl, Ray Pinky Velasquez, is with me as Jimmy Yu, another first generation DJ. So we are documenting here, but
we're in South Beach.
Exactly right. But I want to make sure that I want to welcome you, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor.
And I really wanted to kind of ask you, I don't want to ask you, I want you to tell everybody out there, your audience as well, your beginnings. How did you get motivated? Who was that person who actually was your mentor? Who did you look up to when you were growing up? Because when you hit the 80s, and things were crazy back in the 80s, you know, music was changing. Everything was changing, and people were up in the air right now. What should we do? Should we continue with the disco? Should we go into DOR or you know, the break dancing and stuff like that? You know, in your own words, just introduce yourselves to everybody.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Anji Stone, aka Bang 'Em Up from Chicago, Illinois. Chi-Town is in the house. My influence growing up, Hot Mix 5. You know, Farley, Jackmaster Funk, Ron Hardy, Frankie Knuckles. Those are the people that I grew up of my time. My person that instructed me is his name is Terry. DJ named Glove-Master Zills. He doesn't DJ anymore, but that's who taught me, and I've taken it and gone to another level with it. And I'm just like truly, it is an honor to be an inductee in the Hall of Fame, third generation. And I can't thank you guys enough.
It's fantastic. We are as thrilled as you are, because this is what we're looking for. We're looking to acknowledge the people that are making a difference. You are contributing into this industry that is very competitive, as everybody knows. And but you stand out. You really stand out. People talk about you. You have a great audience and following. So you are representing Chicago. I mean, we all know about Chicago's history, and she's making it happen here in South Florida. So everybody out there, you know, pay attention to what she's doing, and you know, from now on as well. Tell everybody to listen to her, because she's really bringing to your attention some serious music.
Yes.
Tell me, so what is how you see your future from now on? Now that you know, next year, for example, we're all going to meet again at Winter Music Conference 2014, if it's possible. Thank you very much. So how do you see yourself next year?
Actually, I have one EP out already. It's called Bang Theory. Actually, we got two out. I'm a counterpart of the Garage Players on Everclass Music. I'm also Everclass's A&R, which is an imprint of Lynx Records.
What are you contributing with that?
Actually, my other half right here, Mr. Zills.
Mr. Zills, we're going to get him in a few minutes, but I want him to say a few words also. But so, what is the contribution about that? What's going on?
Well, we pretty much take the old obscure abstract disco cuts and make them more DJ friendly.
Excellent.
You know, whether it be an extended beginning or dropping another beat on top of it, you know, not cutting or, you know, chopping it up.
We're not going to upset the foundation.
No,
of
we
what
don't
the song
upset
is.
the foundation.
Yes.
We don't take away from anything. We add to it to make it friendly.
Big difference with some guys or some people out there that they take in a 45, a 2-minute and 14-second song and they make it into a 9-minute song. I mean, is that horrible? I mean, it's, but if you have a song that is, why retouch it? Why do something? Just make it better in a different way. So you do
make it more generation friendly. Right. Because coming from the era where it was R&B before there was disco. So coming from the disco era, a lot of DJs say they play disco, but they can't blend disco. They call it slamming. They slam it or fade in, fade out. And with us, what the garage players as a collective, what we try to do is make it friendly for those DJs that have a difficulty spinning disco, that they can spin it with ease and still, be effective with their sets and not what we call train wrecking.
I think, yes, we all
train wrecking. Yes, so I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but it's just that's what we do. My EP has two songs on it, and they're original work. And it's more on the techie side, track side, techie side, and I'm working toward doing more original work with vocals, more soulful. I'm looking to do more Afrocentric type of music, but that's to come because I'm still in the learning stages myself of the production side of things. So I'm just asking folks to bear with me. I'm no stranger to criticism, and I don't want to put out a product that's bad.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I'm just, again, it's just an honor to be
it is
amongst some legends.
We're going to be listening. We're going to be expecting to hear some great product, as we call it, coming up from Anji Stone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
How would you like the audience to keep listening to you? How would you like to be remembered as Anji Stone, as a legend of vinyl that you are now?
I would like for people to remember me as a loving person, a kind person, that when I show up, I put my heart and soul into me playing. I play from the soul. And one of my shows, my internet shows, is called Music for the Soul. And that's my baby. And I believe, as with any DJ, you play from within. You don't play from a preset list or preset anything. You just go with the flow, and you just play. You just play from what's in here. Because when you play from what's in here, people will feel that and see that you're playing from your heart and your soul. And you're not just doing it because, okay, this is a job and I need to hurry up and get through this hour or these 2 hours and just play. I'm just gonna play this and I'm gonna play that. No, you have to be creative. It's just like with producing music, you have to be creative in the art. What we're doing as DJs is an art. It's not a job. It's an art. It's an art form, and it comes from within. Not everybody's cut out for that.
Well said, Angie. Well said. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Please remember that. Those are very important words that she just said. And Legends of Vinyl is very anxious for you to be part of us. Anything that we can do for you, and vice versa. We can actually work together in so many projects that we have in mind. You're in the family right now. It's wonderful, wonderful people.
Thank you.
And you'll know because you're going to be spending some time looking and see who's part of Legends of Vinyl. Right now, we'd like to introduce your better half. And right now, I see this young man who's, how you doing?
Good, thanks for calling me young.
You are young, my friend. You are young. Come on.
This is my boss, Mr. Zills, aka Matt Zilla, aka Mr. Matt Gregory, co-CEO of Lynx Records and CEO of Everplast Music. So he has 2 labels that he's a part of. Also Dungeon Distributions. He has a distribution label, distribution company.
Right.
Also, and he's a Grammy voting member.
For production and sound engineer.
Yeah.
No, that's
This is so cool. I told you guys, everything happens for a reason. They are here because they know what they're doing, and we can be happier to meet some, you know, your talent.
And
Thank you for coming.
And
out.
this is the other half of the Garage Players.
Ah, that's a beautiful thing. Right now, ladies, stay where you are because I want to bring in Mr. Velasquez, Ray Pinky Velasquez, the CEO of Legends of Vinyl. I'm sure you have a couple of questions for either one, Angie. You know, just this is. By the way, if it's too short, just bring the camera lower. No.
You want us to come in a little closer?
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, it's a pleasure meeting both of you today. I think what's important in this little setting that we have today is to remember that all of house music has its origins somewhere. You know, it just isn't house music. It just isn't tribal music. It just isn't, you know, this variation of house today. It's there's a chemistry. There's an origin, just like the way the planet started. There's a beginning, and a lot of what's going on today, and that's why a lot of recording artists suffer today, because there's so much music that a lot of artists just get lost in the shuffle. There's not enough promotion. There's not enough pulling together to find out what's real, what's gonna sell, what's gonna create the attention in the marketplace. So you got everybody competing. It's a global market, much more competition, and there's a reason where all this comes from. So with our legends, we try to bridge that gap between R&B music, gospel music, in the past, the roots of where it all came from, and tie it in to the house market of what's going on today. And you know, both of these people here today have that foundation, have that understanding of where things come from, and they're still looking into that. They're still looking into that past, and you know, they have a wonderful connection to what's going on now, but it's all connected to the past. So
Yeah.
you know,
it's
this
a beautiful thing. I mean,
you know,
well, you know, I just want you to ask her if you have any questions. Basically,
yeah, Angie, let me ask you a question. I was listening to you for about 10 minutes today, and I was amazed, I mean, spellbound at the chemistry of the music. In other words, you have the old R&B stuff, the entire songs of way back when, and you got the house attitude underneath, and that's something you're not seeing a lot today. You're seeing a lot of instrumental stuff, a lot of hardcore dance, but no substance, no connection, no, you know, as Angie put it, nothing inside. You know what I mean? And I think both of these people here understand that. They understand that it's got to be a little bit more than just a dance floor. Right. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, doing A&R for Vanguard Records, my job was to make sure that we were bringing in artists that were going to sell records and create that vibration on the dance floor, but at the same time get that radio play, you know, that really expands the sales. On a
we
bigger,
have that opportunity now. It's a very important thing that he's mentioning.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we had to, but he's from Vanguard and he sold millions.
Yeah.
You know, Fonda Ray and Carol Williams and
Twilight 22.
And Twilight 22.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can go on. This man,
You know, Public Enemy, I signed Public Enemy.
Right, if it wasn't for Pinky Velasquez, Public Enemy wouldn't be around.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. There was a time where they had to produce and they have to think about radio. Are we still in that same thing? Do we have to think radio now?
Well,
do we have to think internet?
You know, I think right now it's a different market. You know, back in the 70s, 80s, it was more radio. There was a connection between the clubs and radio play and the charts on Billboard, Record World. You know, today's a global market.
Well, I think with the changing of the times that right now things are more computer savvy. They're going digital. You know, they kind of erase vinyl in an essence. you know, with the digital technology that's going on, which I personally, I think vinyl should be back and forth.
It depends where you're at. I mean, overseas, you know, vinyl is still king over there.
Absolutely.
And even in the dance music category, specifically in the UK, you know, they play dance music on the radio like we play R&B here in the States, and hip hop and so forth.
Correct.
So it just depends where you're at. Here in the States, though, it depends what kind of music it is.
I hope that we can take it back a little bit, and people realize sooner or later that, hey, I think we made a mistake. Well, let's just give vinyl another chance to really, but it's up to us.
Yeah, right.
We're in front. We're in the public.
The global market.
To bring it up.
The global market has invited every possible DJ or make-believe DJ to come into the arena and show their quote-unquote talents to the world. And you got millions and millions of DJs and artists trying to make it because the internet is free, everything is free, so it's inviting. And with this economy, people are stressed out, and music will always be a release for people to venture into, to find that place called home. So, but with that abundance, there's got to be a way to filter all of that out and come out with some stuff that's a little bit more real. And I think what these two do is look into that. They look at how do you make all of this stuff more real, so it makes more of an impact, sales-wise, visually, on the internet. How do you create that attention when everybody's out there trying to do the same thing?
Right.
You see?
It's also chaotic. It's like blurry. It's a blur, I should say. It's like there's too many things going on, and it's hard to keep up with. The music is coming out like every second. There's another song coming out, and something
That's why it's a good thing about the garage players that Anji had touched on. We take, I don't want to say obscure disco, but just some of the disco that really didn't get the just deserved that it should have gotten. And like I said, not taking anything away. I'm a firm believer, you know, add to, but never take away from nothing. You know, I play complete songs in my set. You know, I don't believe in the 3-minute hot mix. And I mean, I'm sure there's a time and place for it. But these songs were made specifically 8, 9, 10 minutes long because back then, live musicians, it told a story.
Yes.
And at minute 4 and 5, that's when it really gets into it.
Right.
And if you stop playing the song at 3 minutes 30 seconds, you don't get the message of the song.
That's so true, man.
What we did, like I said, what we had done on some of the songs that's coming out, we made the beginnings and endings and whatnot a little more rhythmic, so the DJs can get in it and get out of it.
They gotta get out, so very friendly.
Right, pretty much pretty friendly, and you know, added some instrumentation. I mean, some of the songs, I got feedback from the original artists and people that was actually, you know, there for the recordings and say, hey, you must have been a fly on the wall because this is exactly how we may have been feeling, but at that time they didn't have the technology.
People doing over here.
They didn't have the technology to get everything the way they wanted. You know, certain sounds, it just wasn't available at that time. So that made me feel real good that they appreciated
exactly,
what we put out.
and I do appreciate that now that I hear from you. As a disc jockey, and you know, I totally appreciate it. Big time appreciate that. You know, producing and stuff like that, which I'm standing with talented people here. We all understand that this, how necessary that is. So we are definitely looking forward to working together in the past. We definitely want to pick your brain and talk with you, and because he's ready to go into the studio with Denroy Morgan.
He did that song, I'll Do Anything For You.
Right, so he's going into the studio and he's got some stuff laying out for him to do. But at the same time, this is what we've been talking about, what you're doing. We're not going to too much of it. If we can cooperate with something like that, we'll be more than happy to.
Sure, that'd be great. Want to reintroduce those songs and those sounds to this younger generation because they just don't understand that that's where what they're doing is where they came from.
Right. You're listening, and this is definitely the future. We are definitely. My name is Luis Mauri. I'm the chairman of the board of Legends of Vinyl, and I'm extremely happy. I want to thank Jimmy Yu, who's behind the camera right now, dancing to his fingers, for being so kind and being with us today and throughout the evening. Thank you so much. It's really my pleasure to shake your hand. I'm looking forward to all
Oh,
these
yeah,
things
but-
that are happening. But more, you know,
That's right.
sweetheart here.
She is lady of the hour right here.
Legend.
Thank you so much, Miss.
Thank you.
The new legend of vinyl, ladies and gentlemen. With that, Mr. Break Pinky Velasquez and myself saying good night, and I'll see you when I'll see you. I'll see you on the dance floor, most likely. Chocolate.
All right.